fantastic performance. He was very impressive in his showing.
Calling for Silat from the
Also a
ring
very
corner.
experienced contender. Here's RAAZAQ for Vietnam.
But the Vietnamese will always be a tough cookie, you know. They will always be good. They keep on producing good fighters, yeah.
And RAAZAQ is quite fluid with his movement.
Yeah.
So he takes on Abdul RAAZAQ. So into round one, here we go. Team Singapore versus Team Vietnam. And that's just RAAZAQ style, to not be fooled about it being the hippie hippie shake.
Hippie shake, yeah.
These lads certainly have their eyes peeled on each other. It's so
10 seconds
amazing.
they have to make contact. If they don't make contact within 10 seconds, you'll get a warning one.
Like so many other sports, it's you know, competitive sports or contact sports. It's how you always wait for the opponent to make the first move so that you can counter that.
Yeah.
But there are some, you know, Silat fighters that I've seen from yesterday and today as well.
Very fluid.
Smartly done here by Abdul RAAZAQ.
For the blue corner.
Smooth, very smooth.
Just one motion, yes.
So it's a single point lead that he's got. There's an attempt there for the crocodile, as we can see.
Yeah.
And you were just saying this, Ross, that, you know, it's not so easy to use the scissor. It's all about timing. It's all about opportunity. It's all about that right moment, because if the opponent steadies his ground, it's a wasted move.
Yeah, it's a wasted. You must remember, if you are on the ground, you give the opponent an opportunity to counter you, you know.
Very strong for the blue corner.
I used to love the sweep and the tap as well, to be able to get behind you. Oh, that is fabulous.
Nice. Very strong for the red corner.
Absolutely fabulous. So well matched, I'd say, these two lads. They've got skills, both of them. RAAZAQ now just leading with that slender 2 points in round one. Don't put anything past Abdul RAAZAQ. He too is a absolutely tricky and crafty competitor. So end of round one, and RAAZAQ just taking a narrow lead into the next round. It'll be interesting to see what happens in round two and how Abdul RAAZAQ can counter the moves put forward by RAAZAQ.
Now the coaches are giving him tips, you know. Whether he can absorb and implement the thing is another story. Yeah.
That will be. It's not always going to be easy when you're facing a strong competitor, and both these lads are well matched.
Well matched, yeah. But easier said than done, you know.
You're absolutely right.
Maybe try inside is different.
You know, every time the coaches talk to the Persilats, it just reminds me of the time where in a World Cup match, the North Korean coach was talking to his players, and Emmanuel Aboué of Ivory Coast walked by, just stood there for the whole conversation that the coach was having with his North Korean lad, and then shook his head like he understood it and went back to his team. You remember that one? That was just genius, wasn't it? Absolutely genius. It's easy for our lads in Silat because you're with your own countrymen, so obviously you speak. But can you imagine if you really had a team event which had a private club or had practitioners from different regions, and they had to really chat. It's like most of the foreign football clubs that you notice. There are foreign players, and then there are Chinese players and Japanese players and Korean players, and they have these strong conversations. And I would give $1 million, Ross, to find out what were they talking. Especially since they don't speak each other's language half the time.
But they can do it. I really big respect for them.
Now here's the beauty of it. They actually figure out what the other's communicating and they come up with solutions.
That's right.
That's the magic, isn't it?
That's the magic,
So round 2, we've got an appeal coming in from Team Vietnam, from the Vietnam coaching camp. Abdul Razak is on 12 points currently, and ABDUL is on 10.
Now the rule is that the coaches, the referees, the official must learn basic English. Now the Vietnamese is telling the VR officer what he wants, but he don't know how to tell the VR officer what he wants. So the VR officer wondering what this guy is talking,
Oh, unless he has somebody to translate it for.
What I'm supposed to check.
Precisely.
Yeah.
That's so important, isn't it?
See, now he was thinking, wow, what I want to look for. If I don't understand what you want, I want to look for what in the video,
If you had to, if I was in his place and you had to ask me as to what does he want, I would think probably the nearest pizza joint.
That's why it's
communication is just
it's
just tough.
The itinerary is that they must learn basic English. Don't have to be good. You speak any English that
just basic terms
understand.
That can convey. I understand this part because it becomes difficult to actually have translators for every single language.
Yeah.
And it's just so much more cumbersome, right? Having said that, I've had interviews with a couple of Vietnamese athletes in the past, and who not only it's not like their English is flamboyant, but they're actually very witty. You're actually right. If they actually get a command of the language in even the basic way, they're fun to talk to because they're quite witty and funny in their own
manner. To make you understand,
Absolutely. This is the point of dispute.
Yeah. What is that?
And it's upheld for Team Vietnam.
Yeah, so Vietnam get a drop. What? Okay, cancel. Reverse the point.
Very drop for the red corner.
A successful appeal from Team Vietnam. We are into round 2, where ABDUL leads Abdul Razak of Singapore 13-9.
Those kicks are hard,
And fast.
Yeah, it's a drop.
Very drop for the blue corner.
Believe you me, there are some instances where I can feel the impact of those. So still very evenly matched, this fight. And Abdul Razak Fighting as hard as he can. Is there a point of dispute? Singapore would have thought that they would have been awarded that. But Wu Da Kong's got the 3 points there.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's being checked on.
Very draw for the blue corner.
All, you know. If these two stay out of injury, tomorrow Al-Jufri will have a tough fight on them.
He's going to have a very tough fight.
Because both of these guys is good. If they manage to stay injury free, you know.
And you're right about that. Both of them are extremely fit. You can see that with their movement.
Because injury to the knee is difficult, you know.
I felt it's just that maybe I'm wrong, but I felt with Mohammad Jafri it was probably the patella, is it that region, right? And
that one is
it's painful.
It's painful. It's difficult. Once the guy catch his leg, he pulled. Jufri was screaming. Ah!
He screamed,
yeah.
and just before that, I do remember he was in pain already, limping slightly. So.
All in balance.
That's a fine balance for us as we start off round 3. What a nice way to get going. 15 each. ABDUL RAAZAQ of Singapore and Wu Da Kong of Vietnam. Fairly well matched. Now these boys outside of competition, but put them into a little fight.
That's the crocodile.
That's a crocodile. He's done well. That's the first time we've seen it executed well.
When blue corner jump in front, he did the crocodile. That means you're off the ground. Your feet is not stable on the ground. You're moving, so you fall.
It's the second time around, and it didn't work this time because he was steady.
He was steady.
ABDUL RAAZAQ saw that coming.
If you are charging in front, the fella do it to you, you fall.
So the crocodile is really about catching your opponent unawares. Absolutely.
It's closing. It's 17-18.
17-18. It's a tough call here, this one.
4 seconds, one kick and it's finished.
Absolutely. Into the last 60 seconds of this matchup between ABDUL RAAZAQ of Singapore and Wu Da Kong of Vietnam. And fairly strong, both these contenders, just at 1 point difference. And we've seen these matches go down to the wire in the last few seconds, change hands.
Ooh.
Oh, that was hard.
He start to run, he start to buy time, he start to move around.
Very crafty competitors, these two.
Okay, now the Vietnamese will start to evade, evade. See,
he's got a healthy lead.
Yeah, he start to evade. He do the crocodile. Okay.
Try the crocodile again.
Waste time again, Okay, buy some time again, move around. Because he have a good lead, and
6 points is comfortable, just 26 seconds left.
Yeah, that's right.
So he can actually...
so you need to be smart,
Wrong verification.
For what is that? Verification?
Time red corner do the scissor, get the contact from blue corner and consider his right corner is dropping.
Huh? You scissors. You do scissors, you don't drop.
True.
I don't understand.
Well, that's the appeal.
Yeah, that's the appeal.
That could still be shot down depending on what the officials come up with.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting event so far for us, Roz, but I have to say it's just those few reviews that have happened in the very, very, I won't say professional, but the very high-skilled matches. And that's really been, just the time deterrent in a way. So round 3, we've got 26 seconds left, and how crucial is that? But this is the part where points do matter for both these contestants.
Yeah.
And an imbalance or a switch or change could actually give an advantage to the other opponent.
Yeah. Because now the blue corner appeal for drops, right? If his appeal is upheld, then it is 20-23.
How smart is that,
Yeah,
isn't it?
you
How
know.
smart is that?
I tell you, the stress level for this VAR stuff guy is extremely high.
It is, it is.
The whole world is watching.
And today it's the ladies for the count.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got 2. We've got, well, that's going to give us a view of what really
Yeah.
happened.
Oh, it's a crocodile. It's a crocodile. It's a scissors movement. Oh.
I think what was being debated was that he wasn't taken down. Abdul Razak did not go over.
No, the scissors doesn't mean your opponent must fall down. You know? Sometimes the scissors success, sometimes not success.
So that's a bit of an odd decision then.
Yeah.
And there it is.
He's 23.
Level
all.
up. Abdul Razak on 23. Wuda Khan is on 25. His points are just changing.
Yeah, 28. I think.
28. He's regained his lead. Still 5 points ahead. 15 seconds left, and it's so important now. And it looks like Wuda Kang is certainly flying in on this one.
On the red corner.
Bit of a tough task now for Abdul Razak.
Yeah, he's moving. He's just moving around.
He just has to move,
Just to move around.
keep his own.
It's over.
He's got a healthy lead here of 8 points. And there it is.
That's
Very
why-
crafty work being done
Yeah,
here.
that's why the coach must be level-headed. If just now the decision goes against him, he go berserk.
This match
No, it's
is
waste for
won
his
by
president.
Silat
Absolutely.
on the red corner.
So Mohammad Al Jaferi will meet Wuda Kang tomorrow. And Abdul Razak, a bit unfortunate for him. It was a bit too late. He did try to make a comeback, but it was